Hello, welcome to our course of Glimpse of Chinese Culture. In this section, please join us to explore the scientific and technological achievements in ancient China. For more than a millennium, Chinese science and technology contributed greatly to the progress of human civilization. Ancient China had a well-developed agricultural system along with advanced irrigation. It also boasted an independent tradition in medicine and some advanced botanical knowledge. Chinese people also kept the most detailed and earliest astronomical records in the world. China further contributed to the world with its rich heritage of silk and porcelain. Most of those have been spread beyond China and changed the world. But in this section, we will mainly introduce the four most acknowledged and influential inventions in ancient China: compass, gunpowder, paper making, and printing. Firstly, let's talk about compass. Early in the Warring States period, while mining ores and melting copper and iron, Chinese people chanced upon a natural magnet that attracted iron and pointed fixedly north. Then, with this material, people created a device called sinan, which became the forerunner of the compass. Sinan was a ladle-like magnet on a plate with the handle of the ladle pointing to the south. This type of compass had been scientifically tested and found to work tolerably well. In the 11th century, tiny needles made of magnetized steel were invented. One end of the needle points north, while the other points south. The compass was thus created. The compass greatly improved the ship's ability to navigate over long distance. The earliest record of the use of the compass in navigation was in the Song dynasty. In Ming dynasty, Zheng He's 7 voyages to the western seas were achieved with the help of the compass. It was not until the beginning of the 14th century that compass was introduced to Europe from China. Therefore, many historic ocean voyages would have been conceivable, such as Christopher Columbus' discovery of America, the voyage to India by Vasco da Gama, and Ferdinand Magellan's round-the-world voyage. Next, let's talk about gunpowder. In Chinese, gunpowder is also called 火药, meaning flaming medicine. Actually, the birth of gunpowder was quite accidental. It was first invented inadvertently by the alchemists while attempting to make an elixir of immortality by putting different elements in a big pot and heating the pot for a long period of time. Accidentally, the gunpowder was made. It was a mixture of sulfur, saltpeter, and charcoal. At the end of the Tang dynasty, gunpowder was being used in military affairs. During the Song and the Yuan dynasties, frequent wars spurred the development of cannons and fire arrows shot from bamboo tubes. In the 12th and 13th centuries, gunpowder spread to Arab countries, then Greece, other European countries, and finally all over the world, bringing a series of revolutions to weapon manufacturing, as well as to stratagem and tactics on the battlefield. In the opening ceremony of the Beijing Olympic Games in 2008, 29 giant footprints made of fireworks set off from Yongding Gate to the bird's nest made the whole world cheer for Chinese wisdom once again. The third one is paper-making technology. The invention of paper greatly contributed to the spread and development of civilization. Before its invention, bones, tortoise shells, and bamboo slips were all used as writing surfaces. But as Chinese civilization developed, they proved themselves unsuitable because of their bulk and weight. Hemp fiber and silk were used to make paper, but the quality was far from satisfaction. Besides, these two materials could be better used for other purposes, so it was not practical to make paper from them. 学富五车 is a Chinese idiom describing a learned man. The story behind it concerns a scholar named Hui Shi, who lived during the Warring States period. He needed 5 carts to carry his books when he traveled around teaching. Books at that time were made of wood or bamboo slips, so they were heavy and occupied a lot of space. Reading at that time needed not only brain work, but also physical strength. In 105 AD, Cai Lun, a eunuch during the Eastern Han Dynasty, invented paper from worn fishnet, bark, and cloth. These raw materials could be easily found at a much lower cost, so large quantities of paper could be produced. The making technique were exported to Korea in 384 AD. A Korean monk then took this skill with him to Japan in 610 AD, and later introduced it to Arab countries, Europe, and the rest of the world, contributing to the dissemination of knowledge all over the world. Last but not least, the printing technology, which was also known as Mother of Civilization. Inspired by engraved name seals, Chinese people invented block printing around 600 AD. The skill played an important role in the Song dynasty, but its shortcomings were apparent. It was time-consuming to engrave a model, not easy to store, and not easy to revise errors. During the reign of Emperor Renzong of the Northern Song dynasty, Bi Sheng invented movable, reusable clay type after numerous tests. Single types were made and picked out for printing certain books. These types could be used again and again for different books. Because of the large number of different characters in the Chinese written language, this technique did not have a dramatic impact at the time. However, today, this typesetting technique is regarded as a revolution in the industry. About 200 years later, this movable type technique spread to other countries and advanced the development of the world civilization. All right, that's all about the 4 great inventions in ancient China. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. See you next time.